What's going on, everybody? This is the channel and welcome back to a new video. So the other day, I was at a job interview for Jimmy John's. I didn't get hired, obviously, but during the interview, they gave me this packet with the most typical questions that you can ever get. But one of the questions had caught my eye. What is something that you do that you feel like other people didn't do? Well, I thought about it for a little bit, and I said, I make dumb videos for no one. But it got me thinking, what are things that I feel like other teenagers don't do? That's why I compiled all the things I do into this dumb little video, hence why I made this. So anyways guys, let's get on with the video. Now, in case you have been living under a rock for a while, you would know that there's two sides of the world. People who don't take the crust off their bread, and the other people who do take the crust off their bread. But for me, I'm kinda neutral. Let me show what I'm talking about. So let's say you make a sandwich with your usual ingredients and all that stuff. You grab your two slices of bread. In this case, I'll use bologna because we have nothing else in the house. And of course, the cheese. Now, people would take off the crust off. That's normal. But for me, I don't take off the other crust off. I just take off the top of the crust off. The reason I do this is because when I'm taking my first bite, I don't want the crust to be my first bite. So I want the bread part to be my first bite. However, the crust is just fine the way it is. Or I also think that I don't think the crust isn't really supposed to be the first thing that you would touch. I mean, you get all the stuff inside the sandwich, but you also get that crust too. So, for me, I just take off that crust off to get that bread part of the bread. Another thing that I would do is that whenever I'm at a party or anything like that, and somebody asks me a question like, so what do you do for a living, or what are you going to do this weekend? I would tell them, hold on, and pretend I'm going to go get something like a drink or something like that. But really, I would just sit at another table, think about it for a little bit, and then come back and say, hey, what was your question? The reason I do this is because I don't know why I do this. I guess it's just that introvert energy coming in. And that's right, folks, I'm an introvert. Get excited. And no, I don't get crazy whenever teachers put us in groups. I don't have a panic attack, guys. I am an introvert, but I don't do that, guys. So, that's not a true thing. I collect Five Nights at Freddy's stuff besides not playing the game at all. And yes, I remember when I used to be a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, to the point where I just couldn't bear it. But I've changed from that phase. But I still collect all the stuff because I just think it looks cool. And yeah, I collect them for really no purpose. But every once in a while I would just re-download the games, have one run, and then install it and then just forget about it. Now, if you guys know me in real life, you guys would know that I am a very tall person. Like, a very tall person. In my old and new group of friends, I am the tallest one there. Even my parents, I'm tall. I can't just stand it. And a problem for me being tall is that whenever I'm sitting down or anything like this, I would have to, like, work away a strategy to not get uncomfortable. So whenever I'm sitting down at school desks and something like that, I would have to get one leg out of the desk and while having the other leg rest on the little stools they would have, just so I can get comfortable. But the problem I have there is that people would trip over it, so I would have to do other strategies like do actual crisscrossing in the desk, or if I'm in the back of a classroom and there's nobody above me, I could just spread my legs straight. I don't know, it's not a thing I do, it's just very natural for me because I am very tall, so I would have to work around these strategies, and if you're a tall person, you would get my idea. I play with toys, and I'm proud. Okay, so I believe the majority of teenagers do play with toys because we find them pretty fun actually, for certain stuff. But yeah, I play with toys. I remember one time that I was uploading my video, and I decided to pull up one of my action figures because I got bored, and I just started playing with it. I had no regrets at all. Probably one of the best experiences of my life. I'll even make an entire video out of it if you guys want that. So, yeah, it comes to show that us teenagers, we're not morally focused on ourselves, or I don't know what I'm saying. I'm terrible at giving messages. I'm just saying we're also childish. We're not entirely out of that phase yet. And I'm kind of one of them. I'm a teenager that's still a kid. Alright, to sum up this video, I'm gonna discuss something I really think is stupid that I really should stop doing. So, whenever I'm walking into a fast food restaurant or a liquor store, I would always check to see if there's people in there. If there's not, I simply just wait outside. But if there is, I just go straight in. Now, according to this brain over here, it makes sense because it gives you time what you're gonna get and go. You don't want to awkwardly be the only one in there trying to think about what you're gonna get. I really don't know why I do this. I really should stop. I think it's just that introvert energy coming in. I think that's my honest opinion. But besides all the crust, playing with toys, and being really tall, I'm pretty much your average teenager, and I really don't do that many dumb things. And take it for granted, being a teenager is pretty much alright. You're basically the millennium where kids and adults between. And according to a lot of people who were teenagers, is probably the worst time. And I get it. But anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have some news. I actually fractured my arm. So there's going to be less videos going on now until my arm gets better. And follow my Twitter and Instagram for more of this stuff. And anyways, guys, I really hope I will see you guys all later. See ya!